Namaste, and it's great to see you all on Sarva Gunn Sampann. Thank you so much for joining. My guest today is someone who chooses to become better and not bitter as she continues to evolve through life. To her, success is the next step after failing. Some of her strengths include evolving, learning, and believing in growth through life experiences. I'm pleased to welcome Sonal Jain to the show. Thank you for joining, Sonal. It's great to see you.
Thank you so much, Anu, for inviting me. This is a great platform that you've created for women like us, who we all have a story, and it's such a nice way to put it forward. And I'm so grateful that I've gotten an opportunity to be here today with you. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. It's all my pleasure. Sonal, so we will get started with our first segment, which is all about your childhood in Bachchpan ke din. So please go ahead and share all you can about your childhood, growing up years. Can't wait to hear.
I grew up in India, Hyderabad. Since childhood, I always had a deeper incline towards arts and crafts, which also is very well connected to my Marwari culture, because it's the arts and crafts is a big part of us growing up. So that kind of just kept going, and education was there. I did my BCom in India, and then simultaneously I was very much into arts and crafts. My mom supported me in just taking multiple classes, and then I did so many classes, but oil painting is what I really enjoyed. And then and then I did candle making and so forth, and trousseau packing and jewelry designing. That's just some of it that I really enjoy doing back home. So I grew up in Hyderabad in a Marwari family, Marwari Jain. It was a very social family. My grandparents, dad, uncles always believed in giving back to the community. Had some great memories, and at the same time, very good examples around me, which was always helping others, believing in a community. Culture was very big part of us growing up. Overall upbringing was really fun. Grew up around a lot of family members in a very closed community, very protected and very comfortable. So, and very humbling too at the same time. So
talk to me a little bit about your school. How were you as a student? How was school experience like, and the teenage years and all of that?
School was a lot of fun. I did average, sometimes little above average, but I was always into arts and creating and crafting. And I did my 10th grade from St. Anne's in Hyderabad. And then I did college from St. Francis, and always it was fun to be around friends. And luckily, all the friends that I had around me some of them were very creative. We would just have college fun and enjoy the college life. But at the same time, summer break was always about creating, crafting, going and learning, and finding time to spend time with cousins, going to Nani house. But yeah. Mm-hmm.
So who were your early influences in life?
It was my grandfather, my Dadaji. He always believed like everybody should always be doing something. It wasn't like, if you're a woman, you can do this. If you're, the gender stuff was never there growing up. He always encouraged us to like do something, have a timetable, have a schedule, follow it, take care of your money, have accounts of what you're spending, where your money is going. We had a bank account. We used to, whatever money we got, we used to go and put it in the bank. So he always showed us the value, and he always believed like if you are doing, enjoying, having fun, giving you 100% there, but give religion also your 100%, like pray. So it was never an extreme. It was always like, if you're doing this, make sure you do this too, because everything goes together hand in hand. So that played a very, very big part of me growing up. And it helped me over here after coming back. So I think big part of me does involve my childhood, where I saw my grandfather, my dad, my uncle. They were a big part in the society, also in the community. They were always giving, helping, and yeah.
Very nice. And yeah, your grandfather's absolutely right about having a balance. You do everything, but in moderation. So Sonal, will move on to our next segment, which is Ye Kahaan Aa Gaye Hum. And here I want you to speak about your life after your schooling.
So yeah, after I graduated from college, candle making became a big part of me. And then I learned it from Bombay. And then I came back to Hyderabad and started making and selling it. And it got really popular that time. And then Times of India decided to do a small feature on me, which was really nice. And slowly it started growing. And a few places which were really interested in me having having my candles in their shop was Ramoji Film Studio in Hyderabad. And then it kicked off, and then that was going on at the same time because I had a jewelry background. My father's a jeweler. Designing jewelry came in being, so I designed jewelry. I had my own line, and then always interested in cooking, so I did have that a little bit going on too in India. And then I got married and I moved here. It was something that I was never interested in going this far. It's just to tell you like how it was. Even my passport, I got my passport made after I got engaged to my husband. That's how much I was not interested in moving anywhere outside India. But it was destiny. And through the journey, with everybody's help and everything and support, it's been a great journey so far, with lots of ups and downs. But then I came here, and in India I was always wanting to do something and kept doing. So when I moved here, second day, the husband goes to work, I'm by myself at home, not knowing what to do. So I just took a walk and I saw a motel somewhere like a mile away. And I walked in there and I said, I am getting bored. Can you hire me? And then he's like, okay, here's the papers. Why don't you take it home and fill it back and bring it back, and we'll see what we can do. So that evening, I waited for my husband to come back home, and he says, like, that's when I found out that I was on dependent visa and I couldn't. So that's how disconnected I was with life in USA. But slowly, through learning and evolving, and just figuring it out with lots of help and support, I've maneuvered the ways. And it was tough. It wasn't easy coming to a new country. Husband who we were married to for 10 days, and it was an arranged marriage, so you barely know him. And now it's 18 years.
So I'm sure many women who have immigrated to different parts of the world, including US, can relate to what you're saying, because those initial days when you are on dependent visa and you have no opportunities to work, it's quite stifling. So completely understand that. All right. Anything else that you want to talk about those initial days, the early struggles and challenges as an immigrant?
So yeah, that there were a lot. It was just missing the whole family part, because in India you're always surrounded with people and trying to figure out. As simple as I was so I didn't even know like you were supposed to do laundry here. that was something totally new because, it wasn't something we discussed at home or anything. So it, yeah, as simple as that. But slowly, I always had the incline to learn. And this one story always it is there in my head, always stuck. I remember we were at a hotel traveling, and I was changing channels, and I came across Martha Stewart's show. That time it used to air every day at 10 a.m. And I was like, okay, what is this? This seems to be something interesting that I can connect, because I had nothing at that time to connect with. And I remember watching her show and then learning how life is over here, how you need to do iron clothes, how to fold and everything. So that was quite helpful. And I also joined a local women's group in Canton. That's where we used to live that time. And those group of ladies came were very helpful in helping me adjust through my life, like, the journey and that phase of my life where I was so new and everything, and I didn't know anything about it. So that kind of helped. At the same time, yeah, and I became the president. I served that women's group for like 5 years, and yeah, and then slowly started working.
Oh, that's great, because now this helps us segue into our next segment, which is Kaam Ki Baat. And here, you want to share with our audience all about what you do. You're an entrepreneur, you have a business, and I can't wait to hear all about it.
Sure. So I think I'll start from now and go backwards. Probably that might. So right now, I own a business called Chamak Dhamak, which helps everybody, immigrants, non-immigrants, to connect with their culture through gifting and home decor. I've been in this business for now 7 years. And then going back from there, I had kids. So I coming back from India and then working at Macy's for a little bit. And then we moved to New York. So I worked at Neiman Marcus at their designer jewelry section for some time. And then kids happened. So I took a break. We moved back to Ohio in Fair Lawn area. And I had my second daughter here. And then that's when I realized I need to continue to do something, because, that's something in me that I've always had something to do that had creative aspect to it. So I was like, okay, let me see if I can go learn something about cake making. And I did that. And then I started doing cakes and then a little bit of gifting from home. But then there was another short break. And I remember Naina, my second one, was about 2.5 years. I was visiting India, and my sister has a gifting business. So I was like, okay, let me try taking few things and see how it goes, because, I need to start something. And I remember I started 7 years back with a small display on my dining table. Everybody used to every time people came to see what I had, I would just take out stuff, display it on my small little dining table, and show them the products like that. And then slowly things were going okay. Like, I was just taking it easy. I didn't put so much into it because my daughters were young. So I was like, I needed to find a balance where I am at home taking care of them, at the same time doing something for myself. And so then COVID hit. COVID hit, and I remember during COVID month of May, I was either I keep going or I close everything down, because it was a struggle for all the small businesses like me. And it just came to my mind, why not? A lot of people are not able to go to India this year. Why don't I try bringing some Rakhis and help people out, to be able to have celebrate their festival. and it was challenging, but slowly I found a vendor. I started making few Rakhis, and a combination of both started the festive season in 2020 that got added to Chamak Dhamak, and it's still going.
It's great. And I believe you started something in your garage. Is that correct?
Yes. So during 2020, the Rakhi time, Raksha Bandhan time, because everybody was so scared of COVID and everything, but we all still wanted to celebrate. So I was like, okay, I cannot have people come inside the house. So let me open the garage. And that year I sold Rakhis from my garage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. So what else do you do? You are selling Rakhis, candles, jewelry, and anything that people need for festivals. Is that correct?
Yes. So festivals, weddings, decorations, gift hampers. Basically, what I'm trying to do here with my business is finding a balance, as that's what I believe in. And the main purpose, I felt it was very important for me to keep connected with my culture, was for my daughters too. I wanted them to, since they were being raised here, it was very easy for them to, and for me also, to really say, okay, this is where we are being living. This is how it is over here. Let's just follow that. And that wasn't working for me, I felt. And I feel like my business kind of helped me understand giving that balance in my personal and my professional life. So I try to always, as a mother, I try to keep that balance of let's not be extreme in either ways, but find a midway where we can balance and keep going. That goes back to what my grandfather always told. And so that's how the business helped, because I try to incorporate things that are from here. So during Christmas, I make Christmas baskets. During our festival time, I do our stuff. During rest of the year, I am making wedding stuff or gifting. Or so the way my business comes together is I create stuff here in my garage right now, and then eventually in my basement. I'll be moving. So that's where I do that's my workshop. And then I support a lot of Indian handicraft artists in India and get stuff from them. So it's handmade in India, handmade in US, and manufactured too. Some products are from India. And so it's a mixture of everything at the same time, trying to incorporate all the aspects of Indian culture in what I do.
During the festival times, when people visit each other, there's this custom of giving return gifts across the world, not just in India. Do you have products that fit that purpose?
Yes, of course. It's starting from whatever price range, going up to like whatever, like, from $5 to $100, whatever your budget requires. It's I have products. So my front room, in my house, the front room is dedicated to my business. So I have display there. People come in, take a look, and then I sell through Instagram too. I have a WhatsApp group. My website is under construction, and Facebook, another place where people can see my work. And Etsy is also there, that I keep uploading pictures. But right now my focus has been trying to build up my website and have all the products put up there. Yeah. Doing everything by yourself takes time.
Yeah.
it will get there, but yeah, it's a journey.
It's great you've been sustaining this for the last 7 years single-handedly, and it's a tremendous amount of work. Having your own business, and especially something that requires so much creativity and innovation, and constantly, right? So yeah. I'll be sure to include the links in the description box if folks are interested in connecting with you.
Definitely. Thank you.
Regarding any of their festival shopping needs, I think this would be a fantastic opportunity. So yeah, moving on. What part of India do you outsource your materials from? Either they're raw materials or they are finished products. What parts of India do you get them from?
So starting with so my sister has a shop in Hyderabad. I get it from there, the silver plating stuff. And then they also manufacture flavored nuts, which has been a hit for past 2 years now. So that comes from there. And then I have vendors in Jaipur. A lot of stuff comes from Jaipur, Bombay, Delhi, and some parts of Calcutta too. And eventually I want to see if how I can incorporate from other more regions too.
And what are some of the challenges, that you faced initially and continue to face? I know multitasking and doing all of this by yourself is one. What are some other issues? Has technology kind of helped you market your products? Because there was a time when, technology was not there and it was so difficult to get the word out. So talk to me a little bit about the challenges and how you overcome them on a regular basis.
So technology has definitely played a big part, because when I had started, there was just Facebook. And Facebook also, you could just post only, there was certain amount of stuff you could post and, create on there. But for me personally, I have no tech knowledge. That's nothing. I have no background connected to that. So everything was a learning curve. So that has been a big challenge. Also, the most challenging part I would say is being an immigrant and trying to figure out the laws connected to starting a business, what goes behind it, whether you're doing it right or wrong. You have no support system, or nobody's there to tell you like what needs to be done. You just have to figure it out as you go. So that was a very big challenge, because I wasn't sure, do I need to do it based on my social security number, or do I need to start in business? Eventually you figure it out, but that's a big part during that time, 7 years back, that I found it very challenging, finding the right person to help you with your legal stuff. Because you're immigrants, you have family, you want to make sure everything is done right. So right now I have an LLC created, so that's good, but that's a big part. And also I feel like doing market research, that time I just came and I was like, okay, I want to do this, let's just start it. And I had that support system back home, so it worked out. But then at the same time, continuously having that market research, competition has grown big time right now. So technology, right? Instagram, social media, everything has gotten so much easier now. You hop onto YouTube, you can find out a class, like, you can learn about anything. So definitely it's evolved and helped me quite a bit. Instagram, I would say, is my biggest platform right now, where it's helped me grow tremendously since COVID, actually, 2020. So that's been a great, technology has been really helpful.
What are some of the most challenging things that you deal with, as an entrepreneur? So on a day-to-day basis, are there days that are better than some other days? And if so, what do you attribute that to? Why do you think, there's some days which you feel more motivated than on other days where, it might not be that easy?
That's a good question and tricky. But let me see. It's starting from the vendors, because the way my business is, I create also, at the same time I source from India too. Those two aspects are so complicated, because you need to find time to create, you need to find time to sell, and then you need to find time to source products from India. And that whole combination of things has been very challenging. And at the same time, my orders have been mostly on texting. Etsy now is there since last December. Etsy kind of helped, but it's only during the festive time where Etsy picks up. Other than that, everybody reaches out to you through texting. Like right now, also through Raksha Bandhan season, I've been shipping for like past month for Rakhis and stuff. So it's just been a challenge to just text and then coordinate. And because my business has been so personalized, so people like that aspect, but at the same time, it's just hard to just text and then coordinate and then make. And because I'm a creative person, so I really, my place is to create. I love doing that. Just finding that time has been very hard. Finding the balance with kids and your work is always there. I have in high school, I have a, for my older one is going in high school, so that's that balance. It's always finding like, okay, let's not do this today, let's do this. And then some days are very encouraging, when you feel like motivated, when your work is appreciated. That's always, we all love that. So that's that's how it is.
How many hours do you invest in a day in your business? How many hours do you, because you have 24 hours, right? You said you are a creative person, so you're probably doing a lot of that stuff, creating things, and that can take a lot of time. So how do you really manage your time?
You just prioritize things. I think I try to prioritize. Earlier, I had no schedule or system to what I was doing. Okay, let's do this, let's do that, let's do everything. So finally, I think over the years and through experience, I've realized it's very important to prioritize and know this is important. This takes the back seat. So like right now, my kids always take the front seat for me. So, and then comes actually, I would say me, because I need to first I fill myself up and then I give it to my kids, and then the work comes. So just day to day, that's how I plan my day. But then the creative aspect sometimes takes a backseat because it involves a lot of handwork and creating and mental work. And having a teenage daughter, you have your own challenging days and then you have your good days. And then during the nighttime is when India's morning. So that's when I coordinate with people in India. And during the day, it's when the kids are in school or activities, is all clients that I take care of.
Yeah.
And in between, I find way to create.
What kind of products sell the most? What are your best sellers?
People really like my handmade stuff. They really like the decorated handmade gifts and the personalized hampers that I create. But at the same time, during festive time, like Karva Chauth thali sells really well. Diwali time, it's Diwali, diyas and stuff, Rakhi time. And then I've been doing corporate orders too for past 3-4 years now. So that sells well. It's all seasonal, so it depends on what season. But my handmade stuff is what people really, really like. And that's been really popular. The decoration and putting hampers together, those things.
Yeah. So do you also participate in exhibitions and craft shows where you have an opportunity to display and grow your market?
Yes, I do. Right now, I have a display at, for a year, I'll have a display at Northside Market in Akron. It's a small business community that they created with all small businesses giving. You're able to go and rent the place for a year and you can display your stuff. So that's a permanent market where I have my stuff displayed. And then I do India Fest every year. This year, unfortunately, I won't be there. But other than that, this year I'm trying to balance it out and see how it goes. So I'm talking to a few places and see if I can do shows over there. But I do a lot of shows at home though. Like Rakhi time, every Sunday up until Rakhi, I have from 4 to 7 an open house for Raksha Bandhan, and then that will go into Diwali too. I keep releasing flyers on social media and my WhatsApp group.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a lot of work. I'm sure your plate is full, right?
So, yes, and I love it. I love what I do. I love helping people. So
Sonal, thank you so much for sharing all that information about your company, your business, Chamak Dhamak Inc. We'll move on to our next segment now. which is the X factor. So this is about unique aspects of your personality, any interests, any hobbies outside of what you do for work that you want to talk about.
Yeah, sure. So I really enjoy being spiritual. I I meditate every morning. So little story that goes back during COVID was 2020 March. It was very challenging for all of us, not just me. And I remember going through a phase where I just didn't know what was happening. Had a very challenging phase of anxiety too. And slowly I figured out through friends' help and stuff to get into meditation. Meditation was always there, but I did not realize the value of how it could impact me going forward from 2020 to now. So just being spiritual, being being mindful, being a yeah, those things kind of really has helped me come through a lot of challenges. Like right now, I don't think so I can imagine my life without doing meditation. My day starts with that. So that kind of has helped me evolve. And my journaling, I do journal, being grateful, being thankful. Like every night, I sit and write down 3 things that I'm very grateful for today. So,
yeah. That's great. And I think it also spills into some of the self-care. That's our next segment where we talk about how do you take care of yourself on a day-to-day basis? What kind of routines do you have? Do you follow that help you, find your calm and peaceful space? So it looks like meditation is something that you're already doing. So that's great. What else do you do at a physical, mental, and emotional level to take care of yourself?
I do exercise, I do work out, I try to eat healthy as much as possible. And I try to really keep reminding myself every day to how to stay grounded and how to be there for your kids. It is so easy with social media and everything going on around you to just be out there and then miss out on the kids. So kids are kind of very, very big part of my life and everybody's life. But then for me, I always believe in for me to be able to give my kids back, I need to be able to have myself filled with what I need to do to balance that life. Because if I am not mentally at a place where I'm at peace with myself, I won't be able to give my kids and not be there where they need me the most. So that's how I fulfill myself first and then give it to my kids.
That is well said, well stated. Sona, I've really enjoyed connecting with you, learning about you. Any final words from you to our audience? Any piece of advice, anything that you want to talk about?
I would say, everybody has their dreams. Everybody has something they want to pursue in life. And in this country, it's not easy. Not giving up is the key. It's not easy. It's definitely not easy, but just following that path and not giving up. As I say, success is right after when you fail. So the next step for success is failure. So failure is a very big part of who we are, I feel. And I think failure should be embraced and made normal. Yeah.
No, that's a very good thing you stated. Excellent point there. What I want to tell you, Sonal, is that this is a huge company. It's world famous, and the founder started his business in a garage, and no surprises there. You started your business in some ways in the garage too. I wish you as much success and more for your business. I hope you grow to a point where you're able to hire the help that you need, so it eases some of your burden. but then you become so successful. I can already see that you're cornering the North American market as far as shopping for festivals is concerned, and you make some amazing products. They're very attractive, and I see why that traffic continues to grow. But I want to wish you all the very best. And again, I will share all the links to your business, and I hope people reach out to you for their shopping needs. But I do want to take this opportunity to thank you once again for being my guest on the show. Thank you, and have a wonderful day, Sonal.
Thank you, Anu. Thank you. This is such a great platform that you've created for people like us to tell our story. And it's been wonderful, wonderful talking to you. And thank you so much for you to think about everybody around you to be able to tell our story. I really appreciate this. This has been perfectly amazing. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. And it's my privilege to do so. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.